There's a lot going on. And I think the one thing this has finally ended is a discussion about whether or not there's climate change and we should do something about it. Let me start off with two words. Made in America. Made in America. And that's not hyperbole. I'm not joking about that, as you know.
Let's start. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Mr. President, I want to officially welcome you and First Lady Jill Biden.
And we've announced $163 million to begin construction on a canal to restore, help me with the pronunciation. Martin Peña. That entire ecosystem from the Department of Energy and other federal agencies, not just, I don't usually talk this fast, but it looks like it's moving quickly. And I usually don't quite talk this fast, but it looks like we made it. Thank you very much. I want to bring up the, do you mind, go?
You've said the president was responsible for gas prices coming down. Is the president responsible for gas prices going up?
So it's a lot more nuanced than that, right? Peter, you know this. There have been global challenges that we have all dealt with. When I say all, meaning other countries. And we saw that. We saw that every day this summer, saving American families over $1 per gallon. And so that is what the president's going to continue to stay focused on, our American consumers. How do we continue to keep prices down? That's why we did the Inflation Reduction Act. That
really significant damage here in Lee County, and there's other places where you have.
We're now going to move to the closed press portion of our task force meeting, so thank you very much.
Among the only press in the world that does this. Seriously. Well, my name's Joe Biden, and I don't want the headline to read, Biden brings storm to Puerto Rico. So I'm going to maybe have to cut this a little short. Let me start off by saying that.
And a real tribute to President Biden. He has been a great president. He has accomplished, we're working together to accomplish so much. And that is beginning to have some appreciation in the public in terms of his leadership.
You or did you not vote to reject 18,000 more Border Patrol agents in the Inflation Reduction Act passage?
Senator.
You know, we
there it is right there.
There are votes that happen in D.C. that have nothing to do with Border Patrol agents, and it might have the title on it, and nothing happens.
He's not here. And if John can't show up to talk to other Democrats about the importance of this race and about what he would do as our next United States Senator, who the hell really believes that John is going to be able to show up and stand up and fight for our values in Washington?
Last week I asked about Navy Lieutenant Bridge Alconis. I didn't know if you had an update on his case.
Oh, I do not have an update for you on that. I apologize. You did ask me about that. Hey, welcome to the briefing room.
Thanks so much, Karine. It's great to be here.
Are you sure?
We'll try to make this.
Take your time. We have a lot of time. Take your time. No pressure.
The administration, the White House, is
oil prices. They're up today on the expectation that OPEC Plus is going to cut production by an estimated 1 million barrels a day. Would a production cut endanger global supplies, and how does the president defend this?
So just to be very clear here on that piece, we're just not going to comment on any OPEC action until OPEC acts, as you all know. In any event, we will continue to take steps to protect American consumers. Our focus, and it's been very clear for the past several months, has been on taking every step to ensure markets are sufficiently supplied to meet demand for a growing global economy. And thanks to this president's efforts, efforts, and his historic actions that he has taken, energy prices have declined sharply from their highs, and American consumers are paying far less at the pump than they were several months ago. And it's because of the historic steps that this president has taken.
The president recently praised a group of Coast Guard rescue swimmers. One of them reportedly faces termination because he isn't vaccinated. And I'm curious, given the threats that we're facing abroad, would the president ever reconsider that vaccination requirement or consider issuing more exemptions?
So, as you can imagine, the president has the deepest respect for the U.S. Coast Guard. That is something that you would hear from him directly. And the president and the country are grateful for all of the U.S. Coast Guard heroes that have led the effort to save lives in Florida. We have seen that with our very own eyes these past couple of days. I would refer you specifically to the U.S. Coast Guard on this issue, on this individual questions. It's not something that I would comment from here.
Let me start off with 2 words. Made in America. Made in America. And that's not hyperbole. I'm not joking about that, as you know. Bottom line, if Republicans take control of the Congress, these historic victories we just won for the American people are going to be taken away. Every kitchen table cost is going to go up, not down. And I realize costs are going up on food, and I was able to bring gasoline down well over $1.60, but it's inching up because of what the Russians and wage growth for workers remains solid, down from historic high pace months ago, but still growing for workers who deserve a raise. And this is the progress we need to see. For some time, I've been saying that what we need to do in this transition, we have to move from historically strong economic recovery to a more steady, stable recovery. We need to bring inflation down without giving up all the historic economic progress, and how we have our Republican colleagues have a very different view. And I know many of you are probably Republicans, but many of my Republican friends are basically arguing that good news for the economy is bad news for America. As if they're rooting for fewer jobs and lower wages. It's all part of this trickle-down mentality that says it doesn't matter what's happening on Main Street. What really matters is what's happening on Wall Street. If Wall Street's doing well, everybody's doing well. Well, I noticed that the previous 4 years, we weren't doing that well. When Wall Street was doing well, and then that took a tumble. That's not my plan. We're proving that our best days are ahead of us, not behind us. Just look at today's jobs report. Our economy created 263,000 jobs last month.
This was a bad report. It was a bad report. The market should go down. The Fed is winning in terms of getting the stock market down.
That's the fastest job growth at any point of any president in all American history. Historic progress.